Hey, good morning and welcome to Morning Verses with Mike. It's Monday morning. Good morning, and I hope your day has started off great so far. As we do every Monday morning, I'm going to jump into some scripture. I prefer to read from this version. This is the New Living Translation. This is titled Every Man's Bible. It's a great study Bible to read through scripture, and it's got uh, some just really good extra notes and study notes and so forth. I would encourage you, wherever you're at in your journey, pick up a printed copy of the Bible. Find a translation that you can connect with and that you can read through and that you can stay consistent with and read through it. And then please, I would love if you would join me each Monday morning. I do this at 6:30 a.m. Mountain Time, and we pick a scripture and just read through it and talk about it, set the tone of the day, set the tone of the week, and try to keep things really positive and upbeat. Remind everybody that God is there for us and He works through each of us. He connects all of us. So this morning I'm going to be reading from Psalm 39, the book of Psalms, Psalm 39, verses 4 and 5. As I do each week, I'm going to share, it's got some information here about what the book of Psalms is. Book of Psalms is a songbook, and it was written by King David. The perspective in this, it says, some men think of praise and worship as quote unquote for women. Yet here's an entire songbook written by men. As we read this book with open eyes, we see that worship is a man's most significant activity. So it's so important that we lead through worship. We keep Him at the focus, right? At the center. And it's just interesting as it talks about this being a songbook. You know, we communicate so much through song and we connect through song. And it's interesting, very, very much not a Christian artist, but if you may be familiar, I'm going to give a shout out right now. Tom McDonald, who's very topical, released a new song this weekend called Superman. And to me, very impactful. You listen to the words and it talks about what's going on in the world right now, right? Very worldly, topical stuff. But one point he asks, where is Superman? And I just can't help but think if more people would just hit their knees and look up and remember Superman is right there for us. God is right there for us. And he is connected to us. He's connected through us. And there's a side note we didn't expect for Psalm 39 this morning. It just is so impactful to remember that He is surrounding all of us. So important. And so, good morning, Jordan. Nice to see you. We always have a few people popping in the chat, and it's good to hear from everybody. So, Psalm 39, verses 4 and 5, and it says, Lord, remind me how brief my time on earth will be. Remind me that my days are numbered, how fleeting my life is. Verse 5, you've made my life no longer than the width of my hand. My entire lifetime is just a moment to you. At best, each of us is but a breath. I'm going to read that again because I almost always do. I think it's really good to review. Psalm 39, verse 4, says, Lord, remind me how brief my time on earth will be. Remind me that my days are numbered, how fleeting my life is. Verse 5, you've made my life no longer than the width of my hand. My entire lifetime is just a moment for you. At best, each of us is but a breath. And it just reminds us how fleeting this life can be. And I wanted to share, I was reading from this book also yesterday, Leadership Promises for Every Day by John Maxwell. And he says, spend your minutes wisely. And it's talking about Psalm 39, verses 4 and 5. And he reminds us, he says, look, in Psalm 90, if you go through the book of Psalms, David shows his mindfulness of his brief time on earth. He reminds us of this here, right? He asked God to help him number his days, which ought to be the prayer of every leader. Wise leaders work to redeem the time they have. And I think that's so important for everyone. Like where we're at right now, it is so important to just cherish the time that we have. Just pour into the life that God gave us, the things that he has provided us with, the faith, all of the purpose. And Jordan here says in the chat, he says, yeah, reminds me of Psalm 90. Well, there you go, about numbering our days. A leader, a person, needs to wonder if the task at hand is worth the time investment. What would happen if a leader wasn't the one doing it? So if you're not the person right now in the moment that's doing the task, is it still as important a task? Is there someone else who could do it just as well? You know, who would be better spent? Whose time would be better spent on that task that is right in front of us right now? So often we're so consumed. We are so consumed as people with social media, and we just have to do everything. We have to be everything to everybody, and we have to comment on everything, and we've got to do everything, and we have to take all these actions. And it's like, take a step back sometimes, man. Take a breath. Are you the best person in this moment to handle that? Do those minute prayers, right? Have that conversation with God. Am I in the best position to be the one handling this right now? You know, a good leader, a good person knows that time is like gold, and good spending habits, right? Good spending habits of time are essential. It's just that in this case, the units are minutes and not dollars. Our time, our minutes are the most important, the most cherished thing while we're on this earth. So it is so important to pour into our purpose with the people that God surrounded us with. If you don't know where your time goes, that's a danger signal. If you have small bits of time and consolidate them into a chunk of time that could be spent on something worthwhile, something wonderful, that's like found money. If you can number your minutes and hours, numbering the days will be easier. And so it is so important to invest that time, engage with the things that are most important, the people that are most important. I'll close again with Psalm 39. Verses 4 and 5. Lord, remind me how brief my time on earth will be. Remind me that my days are numbered, how fleeting my life is. You've made my life no longer than the width of my hand. My entire lifetime is just a moment to you. At best, each of us is just a breath. So I encourage you today, make the most of your time, make the most of your minutes. It's the most valuable thing that you have. If you know somebody that could use this message, that could be reminded that God is all powerful. He is the one that is pushing us, providing purpose. He is there for us in our times of need. He will be there. Just share that message, right? Share that as your mission today. And I would encourage you too. At the beginning I shared, and I just keep thinking of this, that to listen to that Tom McDonald song, Superman, right? Because he is what we need right now. He, God, right? We don't put your faith in Superman, put your faith in God. But that was what I kept thinking when I listened to that song this weekend. I thought, man, our days are numbered. Our time here is limited. Put our faith in God and go full out forward with him. God bless you, everybody. Thank you for joining me this morning. I hope you have a great day. Like I said, please share this with somebody that may need to hear this message. Also, throw some thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, because that is one way this channel will continue to grow and we continue to get the word out. Thank you for your time this morning. We'll talk to you soon, everybody. God bless you.